Oh yeah. Zhao Zhao Su. 10 synergy, 70 attack every 50 levels. It is a lot of attack, but... Like I was noticing, looking over to Rubyhouse, that chat wasn't showing up, on the video. I don't know why. Most of my morning was spent trying to fix that. It was almost late. But I suppose the music for this level is appropriately soothing to help with that. No. Hello, Shakabi. Good morning. How you doing today? I saw the drawing of the cat you had on your Twitter. And the OC you made. His hair looked very, very pattable. I'm doing just fine. Finished doing my daily logbook. You're welcome. Wits energy. So it's up to 13 attack. I'm probably gonna be a bit quiet today with this particular game. I'm not good at multitasking and surviving. Of course, if that gets too frustrating, though, I can always just change games and hop genres. This one named Put. She is the sister to the previous cat. Aww. Sibling kitties. It's very adorable. Getting the treasure chest at 3 minutes looks like it's gonna be a little difficult. How are you doing today? Is the checkup yesterday going alright? I will get the blood work back in a couple of days, but the visit itself went fine. I didn't have to wait long for my appointment. The blood draw didn't take any time at all, hardly. Heart rate and blood pressure were fine. Lungs were clear. Lost some weight. I don't expect the numbers to come back bad. Good to hear. Thank you. Now I can break through. Yes. Yes. Extra healing has been acquired. Very important. I will probably check later today to see if the results came in, because sometimes, you know, sometimes they're faster than usual, but I don't expect anything until like, yeah, tomorrow or Thursday. I have tutorial videos to watch later today to figure out what's wrong with my chat box. So I got the alerts working right, and then apparently chat has decided to stop displaying on the screen. Because when I was checking back the VODs, I couldn't see chat. So like I could, you know, hear myself responding to chat, but then not seeing chat. Which is going to be very confusing to anyone watching the VOD afterwards. And this run is not going particularly well. So yeah. So under the little kitty, so it says chat, there's supposed to be a box that shows chat. And there is no box to show chat. So that, and pick up that. That should work a little better. Upgraded abilities, even if they're not my favorite abilities, should do more damage. I see no problem with it, because most VODs I see on YouTube are originally streamed on Twitch. He responds to chat, but didn't show it. Oh. I guess it might not be... I mean, I could always set chat to be permanent, because I think I currently have it set to like fade out after 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But it just feels a little awkward when I go back to check the VOD or upload it to see nobody to respond to and know that I am. I don't know. If it gets too complicated, I might leave it be. Because small brain clover. Besides, we usually talk about different topics from the game. Well, that is true. Let's see. Should I get a new synergy or just increase the saber synergy? Oh, nope. Go away, we get that. Healing. Yeah, sometimes there's not a lot of to talk about where our games are concerned. Like this one, I'm mostly just trying to get that last achievement. Well, technically last 2 achievements, but since one of them is to die 50 times, it is naturally going to happen in the course of getting the one that is defeated on the hardest level. Yeah. Good morning, Zupa. How you doing today? I don't think I usually see you in the morning. You're usually a little quiet in the morning. Sorry, it has been years. Years? Sweetie, I've not been streaming for years. It has been months. Which is more accurate, but also still dramatic. But that's fine. I got used to skipping out on your streams because of Star Rail, and just today realized that, wow, I can watch when you don't play that game. Well, if it helps, I've, you know, except for events, I've completed all of the Star Rail timeline, so. Okay, experience book, go away. Jade Flute, come home. And I've also been posting my my schedule on Twitter, if that helps. And I am also working on improving a Discord server that I can post it on. Alright. I forgot on the higher levels it locks you in with the boss. Almost. I should look at that, huh? You can if you want. You are not obligated to do so. Well. Boss caging mechanics, yeah. It used to cage you in with every tier of difficulty, but eventually they removed it from the first tier. Is this made by the same people that made Vampire Survivors, or just a similar concept? It's a similar concept. It's a small little Chinese developer called, if I'm remembering correctly, Insomnia. It's got zero plotline except what you would assume the plotline of a Sancha story would be. Fighting hordes of demons to gain power and ascend to immortality. These little things over here, these talismans. I need 7 of this version called Destiny Talismans to unlock a hidden boss and get the last achievement. Can you get limited skills in this? Because from what I looked, it looks like a locked slot. These over here, you have to acquire the spirit stones to unlock. And I am not increasing difficulty level because the run is not going well enough for that. There is a talent tree, and it does not hurt at all just to quit. There's a talent tree. It is very short. I thought for sure that before they went full release, they would increase this, and they did not. This is the currency you gain during the run. It's called Karma, which I only found out when running it on Infinite mode. Why did I quit? Oh. Because I was going to lose the run anyway. So it doesn't hurt to just show this. You start with this character, Lin Han. You unlock some of these with the Karma. You unlock some of them with quest requirements. I probably need to stop trying to make Ryu you the only one who works. It's actually much easier to do with this character whose name I have already forgotten. So he gets an extra attack when his weapons proc. As long as they're not exactly the same. Which kind of makes surviving the wave mechanics a little easier. Specifically the wave mechanics are not the bosses. There's no aiming, right? Correct. There's no aiming. It's always fun to try and make the less strong characters correct. Well, I wouldn't say that Ruyan Yu is less strong. So I'll be able to show it in a minute when I get a couple spirit stones there. To increase, goodness. I forgot coffee this morning, so my sinuses are not happy. To increase the slots that you can have for weapons, you gather spirit stones and you collect breakthroughs, and it gives these manuals. Now, there are a variety of manual types, but the character I was using before, Ruyan Yu, she specifically only gets synergy type books. And with the synergy books, she can get, instead of just +1 synergy, she'll get +2. So it makes it easier to get the stat bonuses for the type of weapons you pick. But it does mean there are certain ones that I like a lot that I then cannot get. Plus, she also gets a 4% attack for every synergy she activates, which is overall pretty nice. There's already too much my brain can't understand. It's fine. I still mentally stumble over some of this, and I've been playing it for months. And you can, if you want, directly accredit my playing this to the Minimancer. Because I saw her having so much fun playing Vampire Survivors. Anyway, I saw her having so much fun playing Vampire Survivors that I decided to get the game. Making it my first roguelite game. And then after a while playing that, Steam was like, hey, we saw you play this game. Maybe you'd like this other very cheap roguelite game. And I was like, well, okay. Refresh manual, thank you. That will be immensely helpful. Yeah, it was sub $5. I think I got it for like $4 at the time. Yeah. And then many questions later, and I couldn't find any answers on YouTube, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna make my own YouTube channel and answer these questions for myself. Now we know. Yeah, there's actually it's so small and so few people I think know about it that there's not even a category for it on Twitch right now. I'm going to have to try and make that happen. Yeah, it's tiny. Treasure chests spawn every 3 minutes. The bosses spawn every 7 minutes. The green bits are the spiritual energy. It's basically just your experience. And your level is in the very tiny little left corner where you can barely see it because it's covered up by the experience bar. Claim that niche. What's the scroll for? This one over here? It's a magic treasure shop, which is the same kind of shop that pops up when you level up. I like coding. Maybe one day the devs will see this and take some of the suggested changes. That would be nice, but I kind of doubt they ever will. Now, they do have a Discord. They're not very active, but if you find bugs or post translation suggestions, they do pay attention to that. I've had to, I actually tested something that I wasn't sure initially if it was a bug or if it was just a translation issue. So I've got a couple of bugs that way. Let's see. Distance. And sword. So there's this one manual you can get. It's called the No Repeats Manual, which I like a whole lot. So when you collect 3 of the same type of treasure, it levels up to the next tier. So right now I'm going to have to get 6 more of any of the ones with 2 stars to get it up to a 3-star. And the No Repeats Manual will then refund you twice the cost of the spirit stones you use to get the relics, right? So you can, if you're lucky and you get stuff early, you can stack it up. And it works retroactively. Now, initially there was a bug where if you collected all of the treasures of a certain rarity, which is denoted by the colors, the last treasure would repeat infinitely. And it would show up more frequently in your magic treasure shop. So you would then be able to farm the spirit stones, which doesn't seem that impressive, except that there's a character that their attack scales 0.1% for every 10 spirit stones. It's not patched yet. No, it got patched out a while, about a month or 2 ago. I have a YouTube short called, oh, my No Repeats Manual, how I miss thee. Well, I should say it's sort of patched, as in it no longer... So, I should have, while that bug was still active, I should have done that with the character who scales off attack. And then I should have used that character to clear the hardest achievement. And I didn't. So now that particular mechanic is still in the game, right? If you manage to get all of the treasures of the rarity, that last one will still repeat. It just, I did not mean to do that. Okay. I'll swap those around. They will continue to repeat, but it will no longer refund you the spirit stones after the first initial usage of it. So if you don't pay attention to that, then you can just burn down your spirit stones very quickly. Yeah, I missed that bug. I assume there's a lot of different builds that you can try. Well, let's see. This is a list of all the weapons. There are, if I remember correctly, there are 12 synergies you can get. There's like, I'd have to recount, but there's like, I think 60 items. A couple new ones were added recently. How could you remember all of that? I wrote it down. This is the only game I actually did any sort of scripting for when I did the YouTube videos. Because I would just stumble and mumble and go, which had to be annoying. And then I discovered the joys of the pause button on OBS. But so every item except one has multiple synergies. So, you know, they basically intend you, I think, to play certain synergies together for a build. Although there is one character whose attack bonus gets demolished if you have a synergy up. Cut in half, or 40%. So you can take her from 100% attack bonus down to no attack bonus. It's very bad. It's a little difficult to balance out getting the weapons and stuff with no synergy when every other character previous to that teaches you need the synergy. And a recent thing they added is the items still don't tell you what their stats are, but if you want to see what they do, you can now left click on them. And I like this one. I just can't usually justify taking it when I need the synergies of something else. As for the reason I'm taking the Jade Flute, this. There is a boss, a hidden boss. That's a nice feature? Yeah, I think it's a nice feature too. Phantom Dance. Hello. One of my favorite skills. I can sell you since I don't need you anymore. And they're like, hey, I'm right here. Let's see. Did I pick up spiritual healing? I have not yet. So I'll just hold on to that. I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. The Destiny Talismans. To get the achievement, you need to use 7 of them on this particular level. Which they didn't they didn't initially specify in the achievement. And I think they altered the name of the achievement when I asked about it. Cause like I managed to clear it with 7 talismans on the the first tier of difficulty. But how's the game supposed to be played? You run around and you you try not to get hit and you try to survive until the time runs out. Huh. I just realized I don't actually know if I have to wait for the timer to run out or if I have to kill all the bosses before the timer runs out. So you just pick skills you think will let you survive. The AoE skills is always good for that. I specifically picked the Jade Flute, right? Because when you get the 6 Destiny Talismans, there's a hidden boss. And it will spawn at any point that you get the 6 Destiny Talismans. It doesn't matter how long into the run you are. So if you have 6 of them, if you have this 6 of the talismans, sinus is why. Like how the game intends you to play with all synergies, I want to play my own way. Well, you can choose more attack, less dodging ability. Black Tortoise is more of a... For some reason, Tortoise makes me think it should be defensive and it's not. piercing and damage to the boss. So if you want to take a short range skill like the sabers, there is the saber passive. You know, it's the one that gives you the highest level of attack. But once you get 6 of the sabers, or 5 if you get the synergy for that, it flattens out the line in which they attack so that it's more consistent area around you. I just generally like ranged builds. And I need to start increasing my treasure level because I'm taking too much damage. And need to pay attention if a better saber shows up. By the way, why sometimes you choose lower rarity? Well, sometimes I just don't like the skill. Like this one is a higher tier of saber, but I don't really like it that well. I'm gonna take it anyway, though. So let's see, which one of these would be a good example? Okay, the Divine Dragon Sword. It has base damage 15, cooldown 3.7. There are 8 of them, lasts 3 seconds, and it has a penetration of 2. So it does higher damage initially. But if I already have an upgraded weapon, they took up the slot, right? If I have a weapon that's already upgraded, like the Xuanyang sword here, you know, it has a damage of 20, a cooldown of 2.9, number of 10, and it replicates twice. So if I have just like a 1-star weapon where I haven't upgraded it and a higher tier one comes up, then it's fine to pick that. But if I already have a slight upgrade, then usually I will work on continuing to upgrade what I already have. Because this one now does 43 damage at 0.8 seconds. Just gotta be careful not to accidentally sell it. Yeah. Usually I like going for a build that can just sit in the middle of the field and let everything die around it. So basically now they have higher damage. Right. Yeah. So initially if I already have, you know, a higher star rating weapon, I will pick it over the higher tier weapon. But only temporarily. If I have a higher tier weapon that I want that is initially going to do less damage for the switch, then I will buy it and hold it into the overflow bag until I can get it upgraded. And once it's upgraded, then I can switch it out. I mean, they call it the spare bag, but really. Usually I have a slightly more of a mix between attack and... Alright, I'm alert now, gotta work. Have a good day at work, Zupa. I hope everything goes quietly. We always like the peaceful days. So the spare bag is just, items that you can... It should, but we shall see. Okay. I like to sort by star level and then rarity. just makes it nice for me to look at. Oh, so for this particular character, I usually line up the skills based on how quickly they deal damage. The spare bag is so handy, I wish more lights did this. It would be nice. I would also like it if this one did the Vampire Survivor thing where it had a, you know, a specific bar for attack weapons and a specific bar for buff items. Its experience gain would be so useful in this particular level. Unfortunately, right now, the healing, the Sunny Band does healing. It's actually 0.25% initially, then 0.5, and then 1% at 3 stars. A percentage of healing based on your spiritual energy that you pick up. And it's not that easy to increase that. There's both a specific synergy that will do the similar effect. And then there is a manual that will give a similar effect. And they do stack. But usually you have to choose one or the other. The reason I'm holding on to these things without using them is because they increase the rate at which the Sunny Band heals. So it's much easier to survive that way. And this game was the start of I'm bad at dodging. And a talisman just dropped on my head. Game basically is all about dodging. One of these days I will actually get around to trying a speed build, but I haven't yet. Aside from choosing skills wisely. I am not good at the wise part of that. You roll. Here you can increase your attack by 20%, but increase the monster speed by 12, and I don't like that. And spiritual stone heart. Okay, what I should have done when the no repeats manual bug was still active is that I should have run with the character that does the 0.1% per 10 spirit stones, paired her with the spiritual stone art, and then paired her with the green dragon synergy. Because once you get that to 9, it also has 0.1% per 10 spirit stones. And they all stack. I should have just gone for that. And I didn't, and that's my fault. So I'm at the point in the progression where I need to decide, do I want more breakthroughs for more skills? Great chance, thank you. Because it will give me more skills as well as, you know, the skills, the manual. Or do I want to just focus on improving the skills I already have? Usually depends on which character I'm running, whether or not I choose to do this. I also prefer garlic lights that makes health bar, not individual hearts, a lot less survivability. Yeah. I still haven't beaten Sundown. I also haven't beaten my top score of getting to 17 days. I need to check a text. Okay. I had to make sure somebody woke up on time today. You're still on 17. Yeah. I haven't... The best I've gotten... Hello, Fruit Juice. Good morning. How have you been playing the game? Yeah. I've been playing it every day to try and get the, 2.8, 2.3. You do not like the Fierce Saber? I figured the worst that would happen if I played it was that I just work on skills a bit. Although the best I've gotten back up to is like day 11. I don't know if I'm focusing too much on trying to get the egg cannon working, but I really like the egg cannon. I'm gonna grab my dinner, probably be on lurk mode for a while. Alright, have good noms. How you doing today, Fruit Juice? We're just playing Infinite Tale today. I'm most definitely not going to be getting the achievement I'm hunting right now, but there are worse things that could happen. You got up late? Usually you stream soon after I wake up. I usually stream at 9 a.m. EST. Search bowl. Yesterday I streamed early because I had that doctor's appointment, but that shattering noise was my one free revive breaking. It just basically tells me I'm not going to definitely not completing my objective for this run. It's fine. Oh, the boss died. Where'd the manual go? Sword magic. It didn't give as many as I was hoping for. For now, I'm just going to, if an upgrade for the item appears, I will take it, but also still hold on to the spirit stones otherwise. I think I would like the extra manuals. No, the treasure chest can give manuals. Although I've only gotten lucky enough to to get like one run and all the time I've been playing where I actually got a manual for every treasure chest that spawned. It was a good day. Almost. See, it takes like, I think it's like 154 for the last slot to be unlocked. Cultivation games are pretty cool. I think this is the only one I've ever played that's, besides, Sword of Legend Online, and I didn't actually play that for very long. I do have another cultivation roguelite on my wish list that I'm gonna get when it goes on sale. They fit the roguelite theme well. I think so too. It's like right now I'm on the hardest area in the game. That's not the infinite mode, right? And the music is just so soothing. On the level you'd think would have the most upbeat, fast-paced music, it's got some of the most soothing. But the steamed summer shells should be coming pretty soon. And there's a treasure. Eastern culture and tradition is very interesting. It is. Especially Chinese. I don't know a whole lot. Most of anything I know I picked up just from Sancha or Wuxia books. Or shows. Stingy treasure chest. It's okay if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just getting into it. Well, I'm perfectly happy to listen if you want to talk about it. But traditional Chinese medicine is something I'm sort of studying. The only Chinese medical thing I am even somewhat familiar with would be ginseng. But I certainly don't mind learning more. Rum elixir. Yeah, plenty of talismans though to freeze the next boss that shows up. Oh, right. I can sell this and buy something better now. I sort of forgot about that. Although... might try to make a synergy. Cooldown would be good. Although that gives me sword synergy. Never mind, sword synergy is good. Are you mostly just interested in the medicine, or do you like some of the stories and stuff? I like historical fantasy with the, you know, the wuxia and the sanxia. I'm really not into like harem plot stories though. I haven't read the stories, but I will probably get into those. Tell me about them. I haven't read all that many either. Guan Yu and Zhao Yun. I'm also absolutely terrible at names, so... You haven't read any. I've read Volume 1 of Thousand Autumns. I'm only familiar with the names because of mobile games. I mean, fair. I have a huge stack of books on my to-be-read pile. I just have this habit of just reading fanfiction of a story I already like. But I have, on my to-be-read pile, I have The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Heaven Official's Blessing, Golden Terrace. I picked up Strike the Zither, and okay, so tell me about it, the one you read. Crit damage, crit chance. I think Thousand Autumns would be the easiest to talk about since it's the one most recent in my little brain. So I think Thousand Autumns is definitely more... It would be interesting if Clover does storytelling stream. You mean like read a book on stream? It'd have to be unarchived if I did that. As I highly doubt I'd be able to get permission from anybody. Now, if you just want to post like Reddit stories, like storytime Reddit stories, that I could probably do without a book story. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to get permission from people to read their books online. Sometimes if you're already well established, I think you can get people reaching out. Oh, sorry, Fruit Juice, I got distracted. Thank you for poking me and reminding me. You want an overview so you can get more interested? Thousand Autumns is about... It has two main characters. Whose names I've mostly forgotten. So one is supposed to be the leader of a righteous cultivation sect. And I think they're specifically a Taoist sect. If I have to, I will pause the stream and go get the book. I don't want to, though. And then the other main character is the leader of a demonic sect. So, good sect person. This person who is a disciple of someone the former master of this guy's sect beat shows up, goes, "Hey, I will gladly take your scraps of memory." So this guy, a disciple from the previous generation that the Taoist sect had beaten, shows up saying, you know, "Our master's fault. I think I'm better. I want to fight you too." So I do remember that the Taoist cultivation sect guy was Shen Chao, I think. Chao. Anyway, Mr. Shen. He goes into the fight in good faith. And he loses the battle. And he gets thrown off the mountain where they're fighting. Your cat is also listening. Hello, cat. And synergy. Lasers. So he's thrown off the mountain. And the story actually, you know, this happens, but the story point of view starts with the other main characters. Lead, the demonic cultivator. So he's going along with one of his disciples after having been in seclusion for 10 years. And his disciple's like, "Hey, we're close to this mountain where these people are supposed to be fighting. Do you want to go watch it?" He's like, there's no way this descendant of the guy I fought 10 years ago is going to be as good as this master was, so I'm not interested. And he remains uninterested all the way until the guy comes, you know, falling off the mountain and lands in front of him. And he's like, "Huh, I wonder what happened." And on a whim, the demonic cultivator decides, you know, I'm going to take him home with me. We're going to heal him. And we're going to find out what happened. And then his disciple is like confused, like, why is he doing this? But goes along with it, right? You don't tell your boss no like that. And one of the reasons he's interested in doing that is because he has it appears as though he was cultivating with a powerful technique that is rare. What am I gonna sacrifice? Take that. Well, basically the cultivator Shen wakes up. He has amnesia. So I think the demonic cultivator's name is Yan Wuxi. So we'll just call him that from now on. Yan Wuxi, he's like, "Oh, you have amnesia? Well, you're my disciple." But don't worry, we're going to take care of you and make sure you get healed up all nice. So Cultivator Shen spends a few months convalescing with Yan Wuxi and his sect of demonic cultivators. And slowly, even though he doesn't let on, his memory slowly starts returning. And then one day, Yan Wuxi sends Shen out with his disciple to go do a mission. And he's like, disciple, if he causes trouble, like kill him or something. So they're supposed to go and kill a politician and all of his family. And Shen is like, well, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to kill a child. So, through happenstance, they stumble upon a noble girl who was taken in by Cultivator Shen's looks and subtly agrees to send a message. So he warns the politician. Politician escapes with his wife. You're a good storyteller. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the politician escapes. Better than me anyway. Well, I don't know. I've never heard you tell a story. It's been a few weeks since I read it, so some of the details are just leaked out of the brain. Ultimately, Yanwishi is trying to see if he can... Do I have... Okay, I'll take the healing then. He's trying to see if he can show the... Because Shen has been up on his mountain most of his life, you know, cultivating as a Taoist, not getting involved in earthly affairs, he's not really in touch with the common people, right? Because they think, oh, we should cultivate away from everything, let go of worldly manners, politics don't matter. And this is from a position of privilege. So because he was part of a, you know, a powerful sect, he didn't really have to think about, you know, where do our clothes come from? Where is the food coming from? Now, I think they probably go the fruit at least, but since Shen's teacher died and he took over, some of the other sects have thought, well, they're still powerful, but are they as powerful as they were? Yeah, maybe we can start inching into the, you know, taking over their position. And Shen's, one of his martial siblings is like, wow, you know, I love the guy. He's a great person, but he is so out of touch. We're losing our power and our prestige. And I don't think that's a good thing. So what he does is he reaches out to the person who defeated his sect leader, his martial brother, and he goes, you know, I think I don't want to lose our prestige. So will you fight my boss? And I guarantee he will lose. And it didn't go too badly. Yeah, I feel like my storytelling is pretty erratic. Back to Shen and his mission. So basically they fail. No? I think it's good. Aw, thank you. I suppose it's just one of those things that gonna take practice that I haven't gotten yet. So Shen and the demonic disciple he went out on a mission with, they come back, they failed. And then Yan Wuxi was like, well, you failed the mission. We're kicking you out of the sect. And he's like, oh, but I was never really one of your disciples, was I? I was like, oh, haha, when did you figure that out? Just a little bit ago. So, Cultivator Shen is kicked out of the safe space where he was convalescing. And he's fine with it. So he travels for a while. Using a cane because the damage he took when he fell off the cliff is still healing. Like, if he wasn't the high-level cultivator that he was, if he hadn't been studying the secret text his teacher had been teaching him from, he definitely would have died from that. But as is, he can slowly recover. Wait, there's a cliff in the game? No, we're talking about a book, Shakabi. Oh, sorry, yeah, this is Thousand Autumns, Volume 1. I don't think Volume 2 is out yet. So Shen travels around. He has a cane. He's walking with a cane because the damage he took has damaged his eyesight. Sorry, just back. Continue on, please. Oh, that's fine. My storytelling is very scattered and chaotic. Spirit Stone. It's soothing. Aw, thank you. You already convinced me to read. Oh, cool. It jumps perspectives a bit between Shen and Wuxi, Yan Wuxi, and occasionally Yan Wuxi's disciple. At least Volume 1 does. But I don't think it's too bad. Fire. Oh. Didn't notice I had that synergy up. Okay then. Well, if you've decided to read it, then I will maybe not spoil the rest. I'm quite looking forward to seeing the next book. How did you get interested in the stories? Do you mean the genre in general or the specific story? If it's the genre in general, fanfiction. So, okay, yeah, genre is easier to talk about. So, if I really like a story that I've read, and I don't feel like rereading it for a billion times, right? I will go to AO3 or fanfiction.net and I will look for stories about it. And I was reading one such story, and it's an I tried to think about the author's name too quickly, but it's an author whose stories I've read more than one of, right? And I just realized which character I was on. Whoopsies. Read a billion times. Fair enough. Yeah. I think it was Arceal. And I'd have to look up the spelling for that. But it was an author whose stories I'd read a lot of. And so I was reading one particular... So if I like one story from an author, right, I will go and I will look to see what other stories they have. And they just happen to have crossover between a genre I was reading at the time and I think the first one was the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. And then they had a crossover between the same base story and Scumville Self-Saving System. Which, lucky for me, both were from the same, both were written by the same person. Mo Shang Tongshu. And I was like, okay, I like this. I'm gonna go look up more of her stuff. I'm phrasing that poorly, right? So and this is also how I got into One Piece. I read a crossover. And I think it was like a Naruto crossover. Or it could have been Katekyo Hitman Reborn. A lot of crossovers I stumbled into was from Katekyo Hitman Reborn. If I like the story enough, I go look up what the secondary source material is. Especially if the world building was interesting. So I liked the characters from the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. I liked the world and I thought, okay, I want to look up what the source is. Usually people find One Piece because of popularity. No, I found it because of fanfic. I found a lot of fanfics because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer crossovers. Or because of Bleach crossovers. I don't know why, but like Naruto and Bleach got recommended to me a bunch. And no one ever recommended One Piece to me. Which in hindsight, when I went looking into it, was really weird because One Piece is great. Goodbye, XP book. Hello, flute. But yeah, I decided I was going to... A lot of people don't want to commit to 1,000+ episodes. Well, it is 1,000+ now, but at least that's what they say. I mean, true. But if you want to get someone into One Piece, if you want to get someone into any bit of long-form content, most of them have story arcs. What you do is you just pick the story arc you like best that needs the least amount of preset world building, and you show them that. I've heard a lot of Beach, but I haven't delved into the story yet. I've only watched the anime, and I haven't yet watched the Thousand Blood year arc. Whatever the most recent finishing of it is. You heard about this new season? Yep. Have you heard of World Trigger? The title sounds familiar, but I don't think so. I think the title on my anime list, top anime chart. It's great if you like tactics and strategy. Ah. I am small brain clover. I do not understand tactics and strategy very well. That's probably why I haven't managed to beat this particular achievement yet. My brain very small. A rock monster. But continuing on how I got into the overall genre, once I decided I wanted to look up the story that, you know, the original was crossed over with, I didn't go to Google. I went to YouTube, which is still basically Google. But I looked up for reviews for it. Don't know if I have time to watch anime. Yeah. Take one. So I went looking for reviews on YouTube. And I found some. Okay, which of you do I still need? At this point I could probably get rid of the Spirit Stone bag. Watch World Trigger Clover. I mean, I could give the first episode a look. Oh, watch it over me. No! Is it a one-season anime or is it long? Children. Off the top of my head, 70 episodes. Okay. A bit of a commitment. Not as much as One Piece itself is, but... I suppose, since I don't stream on weekends, I could try setting up a community watch day. There's like 30 fillers that you can skip. Oh, long-form content has stuff like that. Hehehehe. I don't usually mind filler arcs if they're well done. It's all at once. I skip all the Naruto filler and I don't regret it because people talk bad about it. Naruto is one of the series I never actually finished. Hello, Gabby. What are you doing this morning? We're currently talking about anime and Shansha novels. I was trying to coherently get my thoughts out on how I ended up watching, reading Danmei and watching Donghua. You didn't finish Naruto? I never got around to it. It's one of those things of so much to watch in so little time. I don't know the context, but I watch all the Naruto filler on purpose and suffered. Abby! I think there's also Mecha Naruto. What? Mecha? I have never heard of that. Because I don't keep up with please no. From one of the filler episodes. Oh, that makes better sense. I mean, I don't watch a great many mecha anime. I liked Macross Frontier, liked Gundam Wing, Escaflowne, Magic Knight Ray Earth, but that's about as much mecha as I've ever watched. Oh, the alien in Boruto. I've also not watched Boruto, which I need to get around to. I have friends who really like Boruto, and I would like to be able to chat with them about stuff they like. But there's just so much other stuff to watch that I like better. Boruto is a mistake. When in doubt, fanfiction can fix anything. I'm an utter sucker for time travel's fix. Let's see. Tortoise, wind, and more earth. Just because I like formless dice. But yeah, looking up reviews for the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and Scumbalin, and it's how I found Coley Does Things on YouTube. It's how I found one of the Discord servers I hang out in. I am very lurky. Ah. It's where I met Gabby. And Zupa. So Gabby, have you decided what you're going to stream next week? I saw it on Twitter. Why are you surprised? Of course, I don't usually talk on Twitter either, so... I'm already following you on Twitch. Sturdy Valley. Excellent. Modded playthrough or not? Also, switch your PC. But I'll stream with a different name. Oh no, that means I have to have a... Well, no, that's fine. I will follow you either way. I think you are my only turtle. I don't have fire synergy, so you can go away. Whoops. Okay. Well, please do tell me what that new name is, then. I may just switch my name in here. You can do that, like, every 30 days. Or did they up it to 60? I don't remember. I am no longer fire. Oh. Up to 20 attack. Can I talk you into playing Sunhaven? Cost 20%. The cooldown is fixed. No, thank you. It is on my to-buy list. Excellent. I need to add you to my Steam friends list so I can start gifting things. And Morg too. Otherwise, Minnie is the only other... And it's not even on my main Steam, but yeah. Minnie's the only other person I can currently send Steam gifts to. I don't want to spoil people. But hopefully it'll go on sale for the Steam Summer Sale. It is a very comfy game. You can play it with a 40-minute day cycle. You can turn off damage so you can just not worry about monsters attacking you. I mean, they'll attack you, but you won't take damage if you play with invulnerability on. And I have found out there are mods. Thank you, Nexus Mods. I haven't actually gone to the effort of installing any of it yet. I haven't needed the mods yet, right? But I think there will be some small quality of life stuff to do. Like one of the small quality of life ones I saw was just stacks of items stack bigger. You want something with Earth synergy now? Please and thank you. Sun, sun, sun. Mod that freeze time. Hello, Ben. Good evening. I don't know if freeze time is one of the mods. Let's see. Sell that. It was actually a little difficult to bring up the mod list. When I put the game into the search bar, I don't know, it was doing a little weird. It didn't initially want to show me the list of mods. EST is the only real time zone. Everyone else is lying. Somewhere in the multiverse, this is true. How have you been doing today, Ben? We've been talking about book genres we like, a bit about anime, and we're currently talking about Stardew Valley and mods. Or Sunhaven and mods. Either works. But you know, Gabby, you might be able to talk, you know, more gourmety into, was just been watching some Conan O'Brien. Comedy person, right? Might be able to talk them into a multiplayer playthrough with you. Or community nights. Sword, thank you. No, I'm getting some laggy. Oh no. I'm sorry, Shakabi. Ben Luck has arrived. As long as the luck is a safe travels, everything is fine. A retired late show host. Okay. Making way for new talent. Not a terrible thing. Could just be Twitch. This is actually a VOD and Clover has predicted all of our chats. Yes. Mwahaha. I actually forgot I had formless dice. Whoops. Da-da-da. I'm still playing Stardew for the first time, but once I get further I may try it. Ooh, really? How are you looking at so far? And switch your PC. I play on the Switch when I want to play a playthrough where I'm not running any modifications. On PC? I know some useful mods. Just quality of life stuff, you know. Stardew was on PSP? It probably. I would not be surprised. Oh. Well, I'm sure there are modded PSPs out there where you could. I actually don't know if you can get it on the PlayStation, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. You can get it practically everywhere else, even on mobile. But I think once you get further into your playthrough, maybe once you complete your first playthrough, I think there are several visual mods you'll probably like to change up the feel of it. Some things that extend how big your farm is. There is actually a Naruto-esque ninja village one. Forget what it's called. I don't use very many of the add extra gameplay mods. Currently, I think I just have Stardew Valley Expanded and yeah, Konoha mod. Currently, I just have Stardew Valley Expanded and Grandpa's Farm. Okay, I had to check the timer. Like, there's basically a cosmetic mod that just adds a bathroom to your house. There are mods to make your children look more like you or your spouse. Oh, wait, I should work on unlocking that first. Ones to make the house prettier. I like the ones that fix Grandpa's bed. Grandpa's bed? You don't know what I'm missing there, but probably something. Yeah, that didn't really do all that much. And you ask the mod community if you encounter problems, you might even get a reply from the creator themselves. How long do you actually have to survive an infant out? Each run is 30 minutes. The very ugly bed he dies on. That is not something I would have ever gone looking for. But why people gotta hate on Grandpa's style? That's like a table with a blanket. It's a meme. Ah. I've never actually seen it. So, I have 5 Destiny Talismans now. If I went up to 6, it would spawn a special monster. Which I'm not currently leveled up enough to deal with, and I don't wanna. Let's see... Sword. Sun Synergy. Have you played Crystal Project? Never heard of it. Should I add it to the list? I have a list. You can make it up to me by playing it now. Add it to the list. Okay. I will try most genre of games at least once. Especially if it's on sale. About adventure. What's your favorite game? Is it on Steam? Or Or mobile, or... Yes, on Steam. Okay. I will check it out after stream then. Just keep it. Yeah, I wrote it down. I keep my phone by me when I stream, so I can take notes on stuff. So I have Fridays set up as Farming Fridays. I might take the Tuesdays or Thursdays that I currently have slotted for roguelites and give them a more general name. Okay, I saw the treasure chest there. Where'd it go? There it is. Yes, Farming Fridays. My shoutout command is broken for some reason. I might have to... I will try changing it later. The text box is broken. I will figure out why that's not working later. But I'm trying to think of a clever name for... I have left my legacy. Indeed. I'm going to try to get a command working for Cowfax. We have lightning. Well... Crit damage plus 20. I could keep it. I'd rather have the bow, though. You're gonna continue cow propaganda? Of course! Maybe you must know the glories of cows. Because somewhere in the multiverse, all of our cow facts are true. Disclaimer, not all cow facts may be true in this particular universe. Please double check before trying to apply any of the apparent facts. Like an 8-ball command? I don't know. Like, I've just been using stream elements for everything. I'm storing all kinds of propaganda. Yes. I am prepared. I haven't looked too heavily into using bots on Twitch for that. Because I've been doing everything through stream elements. Okay, rifts all go away. We must have the dice. Here we go. 2 more completed weapons. I think Fruit Juice already started off on the propaganda with the on the Discord with the cow eggs. Go with the yeah, of course. The largest egg-laying mammal in America, I think. One must double check to be sure they are the biggest mammal. Someone might just start a book. We'll just label it Random Facts of Insignificance. Make into a complete story of cow from different universes. Cow eggs are filled with milk. The taste depends on the egg's color. Yes, I love it. Like pink eggs or strawberry. Chocolate milk eggs are the best. What color would we need for peanut butter flavored milk? So that's why the straight one tasted different. Yeah, you know, one might be chocolate, one might be dark chocolate. Do you want to see the hidden boss? Like a minute before the... Is this the only boss in the game with mechanics? Mechanics is kind of hard to see because of all the stuff that's going on on the screen. Native Hicks, please. Vegeta! He's a very angry boy. Is that Vegeta? I mean, hair's the wrong color, and but he does look angry enough. And he died. Shansha Vegeta. I accept this explanation and embrace it. Wood. Earth. Okay. Did their hair goes red now or whatever? I have not watched Dragon Ball in ages. I kind of remember pictures of blue hair and pink hair. It could have been red. I just saw, you know, pictures and stuff on the internet. I haven't actually watched it. And you know how people can recolor things. Yellow arrow means treasure chest. How far away from the treasure chest did I go? Too far, apparently. Nah. Big inky rock boy. And my revive item just broke. Let's see if we can heal up a little bit. You go sell, you go sell. So to get the achievement, I have to get one more Destiny Talisman than this on the hardest level of the game. Which, if you get enough talismans dropped after that, so that you can slow him down, it's not impossible. It's just a little difficult. There's a new secret boss in 20 minutes till dawn. Yeah? Do I want to know which level it's on? 3, 3, 2... Almost everything's maxed out. I'll leave it as for now. Kill a tree in the forest map and you can fight him. Does it proc on infinite mode? Because I don't know if I can kill the tree out of infinite mode. Treasure chest. I just know the new Dragon Ball villains are named after alcohol drinks. I'm gonna say Detective Conan did that first. But honestly, there are probably a ton of games that named villains after alcohol drinks. It appeals to all the think of the children. Extreme people. Like, yes, think of the children, but also treat them like people. Nope, don't proc an infinite. Ah. Yeah, I don't know if I can kill a tree in normal mode. I'm certainly willing to try. Now to get my last achievement, I have to do all of that, but better in Void Junction. I love that. I didn't realize Beerus was named after beer. I just remember when I was a kid that my mom told me that Dragon Ball crew are vegetables. Because the boss appears 1 minute before you survive and the timer stops. Oh. That makes sense. Infinite mode, Chaos Ocean here, has my favorite music. I just realized Beerus is Beers. More damage. I mean, they could have just straight up named him Beer rather than Beerus, but no. Character theming, I guess. There'll be much bacon. It's more about Japanese pronunciation, I think. Could be. They want to avoid name copyright. I mean, as long as it's not a brand, you can't really copyright the name beer. Especially if, you know, they look nothing alike, act nothing alike. Vegeta, vegetable, Kakarot, carrot, Bardook, burdock, barley, broccoli, and it's like leek, kale, and onion. I mean, if One Piece can get away with naming some of their side characters directly after food, I don't see why other shows cannot. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I've never watched any of JoJo's. Except for like episode 1 of whichever one's on Netflix that talks about Dio's backstory, where he first joined the family. Cooldown reduction. I don't know why, but the dude you're playing reminds me of Leo Chigger. They straight up use band names, Jesus Christ, Donald Trump, etc. If this was Leo Chigger, he would be very disappointed that I didn't pick more weapons. I bet that greatly offended some people. Mostly just amuses me, but... Okay, roll. There we go. This is where he gets monsters for Senshin Chu. Okay. He is eternally Leo Chigger now. And I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Terrible with names. 3 Destiny Talismans. Also, headcanon accepted. It's why I hesitate over pronouncing the names of characters in Star Rail, because I know people can get really heated about mispronunciations. Which is, you know, a lot more understandable in a tonal language. Potato, potato. Well, potato and potato mean the same thing in English, right? But in a tonal language, that slight shift could mean something drastically different. To which I apologize for the wrong names there, but... So do you research first before pronouncing several characters' names? I try. I've watched Jing's video on the character pronunciation more than once. It just doesn't stick very well. Don't deny. The commitment. Some of them I'm just going to take a community decided upon nicknames and stick with them. It'd just be a little easier. Like Fox Girl and Ice Sword Boy. I think Jing Yuan is like the one I get the closest to being correct. Like Ta means the way, and Tao means human. Yeah. I also noticed you pronounced Sampo a bit different yesterday, did I? I didn't mean to. I will admit pronunciation's gonna shift based on how tired I am and how much caffeine I've had, and whether or not my sinuses are bothering me. From the first time, or maybe I'm tripping. You might be right. I don't know. I don't always pay that much attention to my own. If it's a name that sounds easy, I may not always pay the most attention to whether or not I'm pronouncing it the same way every time. But sometimes I just try to stick to the pronunciation that I hear in game. Which in and of itself can cause some issues if the different characters pronounce it slightly differently. Sampo, Sampo. I might have done an N noise instead of M. Or it might have been when we were mentioning the character in Genshin who kind of looks like him. Oh no, angry mob becoming. Yeah, sometimes people get really heated. Especially when it's their favorite character. It's like it's not gonna be deliberate. You know, feel free to write down a phonetic pronunciation guide for the silly American girl. I am just a little clover spirit. Human language is difficult. No repeats, thank you. This is close to the garlic skill. No repeats when re-rolling. Get 2 times the cost of a 3-star magic treasure, and the magic treasure will not be refreshed in the magic treasure shop. And yes, this is powerful, but this is only when you've maxed out an item. Not before then. And it also has a slight bug in it where if... And at least it doesn't pin me in with the boss. A slight bug where if it's the last of the rarity tier when you pick it, that item will keep repeating, but it will no longer give the Spirit Stone bonus if you max it out more than once. You know, when I was a little kid, I was fascinated about languages and translations, and that my dream job was to be a linguist. Number of times you can resist lethal damage. Yes, he's a very big snack. I do like listening to other languages, especially for music. Sometimes it's just easier to turn my brain off and enjoy what I'm listening to if I don't understand what it's saying. You studied linguistics? Big mood. Unfortunately, learning all the language in the world is hard. I don't think anyone can feasibly learn all the languages of the world. What about anime opening songs? I'll look at subtitles. Just like you get better at anything you do over time. This is true, and I'm sure some people are very gifted with languages. But it might also get certain languages. I mean, do you like hearing them? Oh, yeah, I like listening to the anime openings. It gets easier, but the brain mixes them up. Yeah. If you're learning languages that have the same root, it would get easier to learn them. Once you learn 3, learning it gets easier. My God. I don't know if my little brain can ever do that. Salt water for thunder. A bunch are extremely similar, and some words have the same character but different meanings in another language. I only learned language as my secondary and I already suffer enough. I'd like to learn languages eventually, but I need more patience first. Patience. I keep mixing up words from Italian and Portuguese. I only know English. And then I can only occasionally recognize words from other languages through sufficient exposure from YouTube videos and anime. Maybe shouldn't have made Japanese the first language I wanted to learn. They failed at it quite hard. Multiple rating systems does my poor little brain in. Clover and I versus all the language aficionados in chat. But you do technically speak, oh no. I guess not. But you are interested in, Chinese culture, so I could see you trying to learn Mandarin. Were you gonna say Chinese? Yeah, initially. And then I had to think about it because more than one. That's not even throwing like regional subsets of dialects into the mix. Like learning Japanese and then going to Okinawa. Go forth and break your brain on the differences. I'd love to learn Chinese too. I like hearing it. I think it's a very pretty language. Instead of Clover teaches us all Chinese. No, you definitely do not want me teaching you any languages. Especially when I don't speak. Although, I have seen other streamers do like Duolingo streams. Teach English? Not officially a teacher, so... But I do know that just hanging out with someone who speaks the language natively can help other people get better at things. You can teach it wrong and we can spread Chinese language propaganda. That would really piss people off. No, we need to learn all the ones with innuendo and then teach that incorrectly. Don't start it against Chinese people. Yeah, that might be... It might be a bit bad. Or more than a bit. I know. I can imagine the only way I would ever end up learning another language is just Duolingo streams on stream. My brain is doomed. I met someone who learned how to say the F word in 30 languages. Kinda love that. Can he rapid fire them all? If he gets mad at someone. That would be cool. Wasn't this a story of this one guy who won a Scrabble tournament in French because he memorized like a French dictionary, but then didn't actually speak or understand the language at all? It was just memorize the words without any of the definitions. Dedication? It's like, would I feel bad about that if I ever did it? It's just like so much. Spelling in French is hard. It's the Wei Wuxian way of winning a Scrabble tournament. Just rote memorization without understanding. So you, grab you. Just like school. That would be why I don't remember a whole lot from school. It's one of those, if you never use the information, you eventually forget it. Because your brain doesn't need those connections anymore, so just sort of set some aside so you have the pathways necessary for other things. Like, I took like a year's worth of Spanish in high school, and I remember absolutely none of it. Everything you learn from school ends after you step out the school gate. Yeah. Especially over summer. Brain? There is no brain. Only chaos. Do... I like the name of the magic treasures. Yeah, they're very appropriate for the genre. Spirit stand bag. I think I like the spirit stand bag the best, really. As far as names go. Thunder Spirit Shield and Jade Flute. Jade Flute is definitely one of my favorite. 5 Poisons Blood Formation. Like the Black Tortoise. Yeah, there are 4 skills that have like it actually has more treasures than that. They have at least 9 each, I think. White Tiger only has 6. Weird. I thought they all had the equal amount, but they're named after the legendary beasts in Chinese mythology. Or maybe just oh. That died really quick. Discount, thank you. Currently I'm doing really well. But since this is on the Chaos Ocean Infinite mode, the manuals that you get when you kill a boss or break through can be repeated. So you could theoretically just get crit chance, crit damage over and over and over and over. Do I want to sell something so I can break through? Yes. Like all of these can be repeated. 2% per realm. Go ahead and equip the sword. However, if I don't pick up any of the talismans that you see laying on the ground, the game will end at 30 minutes. So, each one of these increases the difficulty. I'll be right back. Alright, Shakabi. Each talisman you take can increase the difficulty of the game and extend the gameplay by 5 minutes. And I have seen some absolutely ridiculous length of times on the Steam page. But when that happens, sometimes the list of buffs over here gets really long. I'll at least try to unlock all of the slots before I go increasing realm difficulty. My preferred build, being able to just stand in the middle and let everything die. It's got a little bit of knockback. $105. Okay. take that as an opportunity to swap those two around. 1.3, 3.6. Okay, on the downside, these both have the same cooldown timer. 5.5, wow. Ooh. Got a little dizzy all of a sudden. So this character's passive ability procs based on the cooldown time of the weapon. So warrior flag is funny. It's also really distracting to look at. And honestly, if I'm not really running around all that much with the shoes, I should at least take another weapon. So the extra attacks you see proc around him, they happen every time your weapon skills activate. So if you have a lot of skills that are like 0.1 second away from each other, then it will proc back to back to back. Does a lot of damage. And I think affected by projectile addition. Which I thought was turtle. I might need to look for turtle. I think that's straight up projectile. Not, maybe not what comes from the turtle passive because, well, that is specifically for turtle skills. Breathe out slowly. Okay, point. I don't want to sell any of my skills for that. There we go. Breakthrough. Crit chance 7%. Basically nothing. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. There is a talisman and a character and a manual. Oh, that these little red spots on the ground are healing items. I just remember the French counting has math in it, like 1 through 16 is normal, but then 17 is 10, 7, 18 is 10, 8, and then 70 is 60, 10, 77, 60, 10, oh my god. That sounds difficult. Go to different abilities. Oh, hello sabbatical. Welcome in. Little Shisebis are here. Celebrate. Thank you, sabbatical. Welcome in, raiders. I'm Crimson Clover, a little clover spirit who takes the form of a cat girl. I have to thank Lubosaurus for the follow. I had to swap over to the stream manager because OBS showed it a little too small to see. Quick, someone spread cow propaganda. Cows are the largest egg-laying mammals in America. And thank you for the follow, Recommanoy. Oops. Need to swap back to stream elements. Propaganda. I need to make my alerts bigger. They're hard for me to see. Thank you for the follow, QBC Omega. Bugs to be worked out. Maybe if I maximize the screen. Be a little easier. Some cows can run faster than a car. How do we call you, Crimson? The full name is if I've been bad and someone wants to be a mom or a parent. But no, Crimson or Clover are fine. I usually just refer myself to Clover. Crimson is the particular type of Clover spirit that I am. Though if I wanted to be even more specific, it would be White Cloud Crimson Clover. But that is just so complicated. How did you come up with your name? Well, I thought you were suddenly gonna say cutie instead. What, Cutie Clover? I don't know if there's a variety of that. Although I did learn I have aquatic cousin clovers. Dwarf clovers. So I initially thought about red clover, but when I looked at it, they weren't red. They were kind of purple. Which offended me. So I went, I just Googled different colors of clovers, and then they showed crimson clover, and it's a taller variety. We're an adorable little cover crop, and it's a variety of clover, crimson clover. As to why my model is white instead of red hair, as I was researching, I found out that occasionally, amongst a field of crimson clover, some of them would end up a creamy white color. And Americans gonna do what Americans do, decided to breed specifically for a variety of white clover, which, because it doesn't have the red color, is supposed to be a sweeter variety. Yes, thank you. I found it interesting. A lot of lore. Although if you want to summarize it more succinctly, I went down a research rabbit hole one day and that's where I ended up. Are you gonna turn red when you get angry? I never thought about that. I did keep the old let's go with the origin story. Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving the shout out thing. I'm gonna assume it was Zupa. For some reason, when I try the shout out command myself, it doesn't work properly. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes research rabbit holes go to interesting places. Third can go, take the spirit. technically, clover as a general species belong in the same sort of family that peas and legumes do. So if you want to track it back far enough, you could consider clover a legume. A bean. Yes, Gabby. The bean farm must grow. I think that's enough upgrades that I can go ahead and increase the difficulty for a bit. Gotta love when the boss dies so fast you barely realize it's there. Am I remember correctly that you're a potato sabbatical? Yes. Subtato potatical. Good chance, thank you. Yeah, because I just spawned that one monster, I totally temporarily forgot that monsters spawn every 7 minutes. First name Subtato, last name Potatical. Sounds like a celebrity potato. I feel like I wouldn't even be able to pronounce my own name. It would just be temporarily difficult. Or no, you never use it for itself because casual. Do. I forgot to ask what game you were playing before you came in. I remember it was grounded yesterday. Apex Legends. I've never played Apex Legends. Or that genre of game. It's a sweaty, dirty game. I am considering going to shower in a bit. Certainly. You can take care of yourself. Have a shower if you want. Have some snacks. Remember to hydrate and get stretches. Do I have... Do not. Just in case, though. Lightning. don't need you, so I'll take that. I'm gonna lurk. Oh, thank you for the lurk. I do actually have a lurk command. One of the rare things I have working. Or at least it was last time I checked. No telling, I suppose, whether or not it's decided to break today. Big Saber. Divine Bird Token can go. Sun and Wind. Sun's Energy. At this point I could do away with the Spirit Stone bag. Which is good because now I will not be getting it back. Okay. Sell boots. Up the level. He's a very big deer. Was not expecting the mallet. Crit damage. I would like some crit rate, please. And I'm going to shift the settings down. It's just this is a lot on the screen. You can get significantly flashier. I do kind of just like watching the Divine Dragon Sword spin around. And I totally haven't done that and gotten myself killed before. No. More attack. So a reason to double up on the no repeats is that it gives back all the Spirit Stones that I used. And then I can try to hold on to that for... Oh yeah, I do still have to upgrade some stuff. Forgot about that. Eventually, if I can get the one where 10 Spirit Stones will increase my attack, then I could just keep getting no repeat and doubling up on that. Neighbor doing something loud next door. Oh. No, I think that's the HVAC person doing the check for the year. Still very loud and noisy. This is part where I had to cut out of the videos I did on YouTube, as I could legitimately spend ages just re-rolling items. I literally spent hours once doing this for the sake of a bug report. The clicking noise when you roll is hypnotic. If I was doing a recording rather than a VOD, this is where I would have hit pause and just gotten on with it. I have to make myself not click it too quickly, because if I do, I will might click past what I want to pick up. One synergy, projectile speed. Well, will not get rid of the jade flute. Get rid of that. You can pry the jade flute out of my poor character's dead hands. Come on, game, be nice and give me the laser. I will settle for 2-star. Okay, screw it. Haha, thank you. Just to show that off. Lasers. The screen has all the things going on. So yeah, I usually play with some of the effects turned off to make it easier. It's actually one of the things that gives me a little difficulty playing 20 Minutes Till Dawn in long bursts of time. It's, when you set things on fire, it gets very... I feel like I'm back playing in the arcade. And the graphics are definitely an appropriate era for that. Okay, crit damage is nice, but I would like crit chance, please. I do not have white tiger. Ren. I need 2 for that though. Okay, crit damage, crit chance. There you go. The more you reroll, the more spirit stones it takes to reroll. This is why I like taking the yeah, where'd my mouse go? There it is. That's why I like taking the discount manual as early as possible. And then you can save rerolls till after you've unlocked realms, because the cost of it goes down a little bit when you unlock a new realm. It will still after a while. It costs quite a lot to do. But initially you can save yourself some spirit gems doing that. I think eventually, if I'm remembering correctly, because it's been a few weeks since I've done an endless run, once I hit 30 minutes, there should be like a boss spinning every minute, appearing every minute. I've got a lot of the talismans in one specific area. Don't think I have any block chance, but it can't hurt. A very angry Splinter. As I realized I don't have any hit point regen. Whoops. Usually I would by now. Oh, and now that I realize that, it's really bothering me. It hasn't been very generous on dropping elixirs this time. Instead of picking up more talismans, I'm just gonna let the bosses appear as they appear. Yeah, reroll, get spiritual energy. Water, yang. Should be fine. Those particular elixirs were a recent addition to the game. It's a little risky to use. It's better if you know, if you have the treasures you want mapped out first. Yeah, write them down, which ones you want. Because we're more than one item. We're all of the items except for the formless dice have more than one synergy. You can right, you can no longer reroll a specific thing. So you can get rid of the 4 legendary beast type talismans. But you want to make sure that they don't overlap with any of the other ones you do want. Because then you might run out of the items you need to get a particular synergy going. These guys remind me of the... Oh, that went one of my revives. This guy reminds me of the stone taluses from Breath of the Wild. I want... I need all 3 of these. I will take the healing though. It's a little immediately helpful. No, I won't reroll. Just hold on. Click all 3 quick to get. Unfortunately, that doesn't actually work. But since I didn't take the Sunny Band for the healing, I needed the spiritual healing. And this may surprise Shakabi, who has seen me play other roguelites, but this is actually one of the games where I don't take a tank build. The percent damage per stone one seems really good. It is, especially if you combine it with one of the other characters and the Green Dragon synergy. Because that stuff stacks. So you kind of take anything you like? I have a sort of build going on right now. Projectile speed increase is good to have because I'm using the bow. And the Divine Dragon Sword also counts as a projectile. The sword magic treasure kills an enemy, it resets the cooldown probability, which means that Phantom Sword Dance will, and the Moon Shadow will recast itself faster. And then duration for Sun, which means that this Phantom Sword Dance stays on the field for longer. So if you get Sun high enough, and then say you get the counterpart Moon with the cooldown, then you can have certain skills stay up on the field almost indefinitely. So I usually get so Jade Flute and this Phantom Sword Dance are my two most common skills that any other ways to reduce cooldown. I have a slight cooldown reduction from the talent tree that I have up on the main menu. If I remember correct, there should be a cooldown reduction manual. Is there like specific buffs for certain builds for certain bosses? Not really. Hello, ninja, whatever you are. There goes my second revive item. Yeah. I think I might need to redo my build a bit. Or a specific build that you like. I tend to go with AoE builds, right? If I run into a magic... Thank you! That helps. I'll take the green dragon. Come over here to the magic treasure shop. I unequip these based on how frequently I use them. I usually take the Jade Flute because the hidden boss that spawns on the normal realms at 6 Destiny Talismans, the Jade Flute is the only thing I've noticed that knocks away his projectiles. I actually almost never use Thunder Spirit Shield. I use Divine Dragon Sword somewhat frequently. The Moon Shadow and Sunbow. It depends if I'm going for the Green Dragon Synergy or if I'm going for like Ren and a cooldown reduction build. And I'm going to swap something out for the sake of that. I was taking Warrior Flag before, but they changed the synergy on it. It initially was formless, which if the only synergy you have active is formless, it reduces the cooldown of all skills by 50%. It was pretty powerful. I don't usually use Golden Cube. It's kind of large and distracting. I also don't usually use the 5 Poisons Blood formation. I swap in and out the Extreme Being Water Gourd based on whether or not I'm just in the mood for lasers. More importantly, it's not cute. True. I meant to do this. Waterbending. See, so that gives me some cooldown reduction now. Review the sun throw. Which is basically ninja stars that bounce around the screen. Which is not the only skill that does that. It's basically a different version of that. I do also usually run... Okay, if I get the spiritual healing, the preternatural arts, I don't pick up the Sunny Band unless I just need extra healing. But then I usually do get the Ganoderma because that increases how much healing the healing actually does. What was my attack? 41% attack. Okay, it's a pretty good attack. I'm picking up the Sun and Moon Crystal because it's the Resurrection Crystal. It's the I don't want to die crystal. I will go ahead and sell those so I have room. Now, Blood Robe is a lifesteal. What's the number 246? All about the synergies list. This is the number of unique magical treasures you need to activate a synergy and what they do. So for Sun, if I have 2, it's a 12% duration. If I have 4, it's actually 32% duration because they add up rather than just give the new one. Unless they've changed that since the last time I played. Duration 128%. So then the 6-star should be 45, 50, 57% extra duration. Now I'm even more confused. It's basically an item set bonus from like any other RPG you would play. So a 2-set bonus gives one thing, a 4-set bonus gives a better thing, a full set bonus gives the best thing. It's like here on the Green Dragon Synergy, a 3-set bonus gives +4 to your piercing, and a 6 is +8, but the 9th set gives -20% cooldown, right? Cooldown reduction. Plus the 0.1% attack per 10 Spirit Stones. Which I actually had to ask about on the Discord. Because it doesn't say per 10 Spirit Stones. It's just total. Okay, don't need that anymore. Yeah, it's per 10 Spirit Stones. So I'm currently at 43 attack, which is really good. That's why it isn't as broken as I thought. Yeah. Now, this isn't a game I played since day one, right? By the time I started playing this game, the starting character had been altered. So that could have been a thing they initially ran with. I'll just smile and nod while not understanding. Why didn't they just say 0.01% instead? I have no idea. I spent a while trying to map that out on my own. So do skills in the bag count to complete the set? They do not. It has to be only what's equipped on your bar. Yeah, Green Dragon, not Vermilion Bird. The extra healing. I was confused by that initially as well. But no, it is only what's directly on your bar. that monster speed reduction would help you with bosses. It does. And so one of the reasons I usually get, if I'm going for a slightly tankier build, I get Earth Synergy. But that depends on which character I'm running, because I don't like a lot of the skills under the Earth Synergy. See if I can get the Sun Crystal up a little higher. I gotta go now, Clover. Hope you have a great day. Same for chat. Alright, Gabby, thank you for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please do remember to eat and hydrate. Thank you for the Sun Crystal. And we should be at the point where a boss spawns every minute. And the knockback is actually working a lot better than I thought. I think I'll sleep now too. Good night, have fun. Alright, Ben, good night. I hope you have a good night, and I hope tomorrow goes well for you. Bye-bye. %60 crit chance. Decent. Green Dragon Piercing. Reroll. Synergy. Don't think they actually have an even though it's only 12 p.m. That's pretty late for a lot of people, Fruit. I mean, it's 12 p.m. for me. For some of them, it's 12 a.m., you know? Oh, you were joking. Sorry. I don't always get jokes. Black Tortoise. Do I have Tortoise? I do not, but I do have Knockback. And it repeats again. And I have 2,500 stones and 61 attack. The enemy spawn rate, though, yeah. So this is what it does for the Inferno mode, right? They force you to pick up they force you to pick up the talismans to increase the length of time you play, which increases the difficulty of the monsters. Reroll. So 70% crit chance. You can, on a normal playthrough, not just on infinite mode, get 100% crit rate. And they recently altered the crit damage overflow stat, or the crit rate overflow, so that instead of getting over 100% crit rate, it will go into crit damage afterwards. Oh yeah, burn blood technique. I freaking hate it. Reduces your hit point, up your attack. Oh, like the skull thing in Vampire Survivors. I don't remember the name of the stat. Curse stat in Vampire Survivors. the Destiny Talismans. Let's see. Summons a monster. All monsters' hit point attack goes up by 150%. And then, I didn't notice before, but it tells you how long your run will last with the number of talismans you currently have. And if you want to take a chance, you can bet half your spirit stones. Which I am not about to do with this many spirit stones. Does cooldown reduction have a max cap? Not that I've managed to hit. Now, it does probably have a cap somewhere eventually. If one plays long enough. Armor pierce, damaged boss. If it didn't cap, it would probably break the game. Eventually, yeah, it would have to break the game, but I don't know. Vampire Survivor caps cooldown reduction at 90%, which is still quite high. The cast skills at a negative rate might be funny. Slow the monsters down. Because yes, making the bosses go slower is a good thing. We'll still do a little bit trying to get my last couple skills maxed. Just checking periodically to make sure I don't get overly enthusiastic and drop my attack too low. Because you could, at this point, literally do that. Nope, nope. I was like, temporarily tempted to just, drop the hit point recovery and see if, the extra projectiles would carry through. But I think skill sizes are the main reason to the game breaking. Cool down a second. Well, skill size is definitely what makes it difficult to see sometimes. Yeah, this occasionally pops up. The ability to refresh with the karma you earn during your end, which is literally the only reason I know this thing is called karma, because it does not explain this in the normal run. Crit chance is very close to being maxed now. I'm still not decided on what that monster is supposed to be. I have a delightful amount of knockback right now. As long as I run in a straight line. Like, extra attack would be nice, but I really don't want to move slower. Summon myself a new boss. I do actually have wood. Because used to, you could overcap the crit chance and it would go to waste. But this is just basically where I know they have to have a community talking to them somewhere that I don't have access to. Because someone's got to be giving suggestions on how to improve the game. I see why you like infinite mode so much. It's actually not the mode I play on the most. It's just the music is really nice. And it's a nice break from trying to throw myself repeatedly at the achievement. So technically there are 2 achievements I don't have, right? But the second achievement I don't have, and not one I'm actively looking, is to just die 50 times. Which, you know, which means when you're trying to get the more difficult achievement of clearing the hardest level with 7 Destiny Talismans, it eventually gets there. It's just inevitable. Isn't dying kind of easy? Exactly. Dying is very easy. If they wanted to make it a difficult achievement, they should have been like die 1,000 times or something. Knockback. Spiritual energy. People would be less expecting if they didn't check the achievements list. I didn't check the achievements list at first. I just did a blind playthrough. But eventually I saw I had, you know... I think it's either at 25 of 27 achievements or it's 27 of 29, I forget which, but, you know, eventually I just saw I had so many and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check what that last one is. That's why I had to actually had to ask, for this achievement, does it matter which level of the game you do it on? And they're like, yeah, you have to do it on Void Junction. I was like, damn it. Because I had managed the 7 Destiny Talismans on the first level. Imagine one of the achievements is to be bad at the game. But how would you determine what makes you bad at the game? And now it's taking so long to kill a boss that by the time I kill one, the next one spawned. So knockback is good right now. Because it doesn't affect the boss, but it does basically allow me to walk through. Thank you. I don't know how you determine bad at the game. Maybe die so many runs in a row? On the easiest level? With no Destiny Talismans? Actually, I don't know. That's fine. See? Took so long, another one spawned. And the hit point keeps going up now. I'm kind of at the point where... I thought this was supposed to tell me how long. Either the boss will... it will take so long to kill a boss that there'll be multiple on the map, which is what happened last time I did this. Or... they got strong enough to just go through everything. Casually having a 500 hit point bar. Do I? No, I only have 105 hit points right now. Everyone, all of the characters... not all of the characters. The base attack most characters... most are... oh. A 500 hit point bar. Yeah. I don't know what their hit point is supposed to be, just like a bazillion bars eventually. Manual, I guess. There he is again. I think it was 600 this time, though. I'm not entirely sure what killed me. Cost 20% spirit stones. That cooldown is fixed at 50% for 30 seconds. No, thank you. Do you think the monsters themselves are doing enough damage now that I ran into them a little too quickly? This is also why I didn't max out. The reason I didn't max out that item? Yeah. If I walk into the small mobs faster than I can kill them, it's at a high enough difficulty level now that they eat through my defenses that fast. The experience is just following me everywhere. Because my AoE skills basically predicated under pushing the monsters away. Yeah, there we go. Second boss. I don't think he's supposed to be any faster than the first. Ooh. First one died. Need to go back for the manual. Could be behind him if there are freeze items. There is a freeze talisman. Reroll. And repairs the boss. Boss is too fast. Yeah. The speed of the boss is the reason I haven't managed the 7th Destiny Talisman achievement. One of these days I will get lucky enough to get a run where all the talismans I need spawn. Because you need the 7 talismans, right? But then you also preferably have a bunch of extras that you can use once the final boss spawns to freeze him in place. Or at least slow him. No, it's not guaranteed. And there we go, we did. I don't know what the number 24 is for on this one. Ugh, stretchies though. Thank you. I actually think that's about all the infinite towel I can take for today. Let's see. Ooh, I actually have 2 friends I can go read today. That's uncommon. That reminds me, now that there's a total of 12 different tomes in 20 minutes to dawn. It now becomes a lot harder to find the one suitable for your build. This is true. The more stuff there is, the funner it can be, but also the harder it is. It's showing no repeats at like 4. So if you're playing on infinite mode, right, and you get the no repeats, it wouldn't be bad if you're not so far in that the waves are too much to just slowly max out all of the magic treasures. You can only choose 1 from 3 every time, so meh. Yeah, and without the ability to reroll, that's a bit more... So, can I... Yeah, you can do this. So, right, if you get the no repeats, then once you have your main build up, you can just slowly start working your way through the list of everything. Max them out, resell them, and then when you eventually get the additional no repeats on infinite mode, then you get all of the spirit stones back every time. If you're lucky, it can add up really nicely. I'd have to check to see if this is longer or shorter than my last run. But I think I will stop it here. And I'm not sure what Nova's doing today, but I'm going to send everyone over to chat with Nova VT.